Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We have decided that we are going to talk about stuff that are affecting Africa, including the diaspora, the Caribbean, because we are all we are all Africans. Anybody that's black, we are all Africans. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do reviews on stuff that are really happening right now, the news that is coming out about Africa. So I saw an article. It says Africa tasked China to scale up COVID-19 support. I don't know, was it there to support as Xi Jinping meets African leaders? I was like, wait, time out. Was it not the same China that was kicking our Africans outside, outside of hotels, because they said it's Africans that are bringing in coronavirus? So I saw this article. I was like, wait, so we don't even make our own testing kits, because if it is face masks, I've seen tailors and all that. In Africa we are making our own face mask, so, but I don't know what type of COVID-19 what type of support they want, what type of equipment or test kits that they want, but because in Senegal they are making $1 testing kit. It costs you nothing. It's just a $1, $1 is like, I don't know how much safer is it, but it's very cheap. I saw it on the internet. I was impressed. Kudos to kudos to Senegal, by the way. I want to say Nigeria, but yeah, kudos to Senegal. So yeah, so I think something, I was like, yo, time out with all these, with all these stuff that are going on about Africa, and still we are seeing support from outside. They support, they're begging for stuff and all that through aid, and you know what I mean, is sometimes sickening, and then for our leaders to come back and say, oh, they need support from Xi Jinping, where is the president of China. I'm like, nah, I'm not in for that, but maybe, who knows, maybe they need other, inhalators, and how do you call it? I don't even know, inhalators and all that. Maybe that's all they need, because I think Senegal is using 3D to make those inhalators and but yeah, so that's what I saw, and then I must say something about this, so, but yeah, that was kind of wrong, why are we still asking China for that, So let's go to Tanzania. So the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, came out with this, what is it called? They put out a statement saying, they said the IMF Executive Board today approved debt service relief. You know what a debt service relief is? It's like they are debt service relief, like they're cancelling some bits of the debt that Tanzania owes, so they're cancelling that bit. They said debt service relief of US dollars 14.3 million under the catastrophe, the containment and the relief trust to Tanzania. Yeah, this is what they say. So they're cutting off 14.3 million dollars of debt service relief to Tanzania. I think it's a good news to Tanzania, but because of the debts that they're owing, but because the John Pombe Magufuli is also doing good, and this is the same IMF, that was bagging him off, was I think 3 months ago, saying, oh, the country was doing very poor and all that and that when the president of Tanzania, John Pombe Magufuli, came into power, and now they are giving them debt relief services and all that. I'm like, wait, this is the same IMF, and what came into my mind? The African Development Bank, I think we should support them. But and then I saw this article where they said African Development Bank, most of their shareholders, the giants, the shareholders, are all Americans. I was wait, and then this guy here, they want this guy removed, and they call him the flamboyant. How is he called? What's the word? Flamboyant something, flamboyant banker that they want him out. They want him kicked out. I said, wait, so even Americans have huge and just gigantic shares in African Development Bank. I'm like, what what does Africa own? Like, what did we own? What is ours, you know? And yeah, and then the IMF, all this IMF, I don't trust them. I personally, all this IMF, all this, because you know what, the money they are getting from aid is this the same money that they're giving us back. You know what I mean? In a form of loan, in a form, you know, no, if they are, because they have foreign direct investments, you know, all these they have shops, they have businesses in Africa, they evade tax, they don't pay tax, and they're getting billions and billions out of Africa, and then they just give you just a little bit of that money back as a aid, you know, and then we go, oh, this country is helping with us aid, but what are they getting back? You know, because all these countries are for their interest nowadays, you know. So with all these banks and all that, you know, I don't trust them. I don't really trust them, you know, because these what is it called, the former president of South Africa, Thabo Mbeki, you know, when he was in the African Union, they did their own research, you know. When he was with the African Union, they did their own research, and then they didn't realize that these guys were getting billions of US dollars to their countries, and then they giving us to the just a little bit of peace as aid, you know, as aid to African countries, you know. So there's something that we should look into, like we should look into aid that they're giving us, you know. And because we have our monies laundered by our politicians to their countries, you know, they invest those monies, and then the profit that they have from those investments, and they give it back as loan, just a tiny bit as loans, you know. So all these IMF, this World Bank and all that, you know, I don't really trust them. Why can't we have our own banks, you know? And then I check into African Development Bank, all these investors in it, and all these main powers in this is all like Americans, and then they just want the guy kicked out. So I don't really trust them, you know. And then we have to go to Somalia, and Donald Trump came out and he was how do you call it, bagging, like he was attacking Somalians. He says Somalia is no government and no nothing, just anarchy. Like it has no government, no nothing, and it's just an anarchy, you know. Trump sting Somalia at his rally. That is his rally at what is his rally in yeah, somewhere in his rally he said it in there, and he's attacking Somalians, you know. I said, look, like kudos to AMISOM, you know. It's us, we the Africans. I think that's where we should learn as Africans. We can, you know, we can fix our own problems, you know. Because we send in AMISOM, you know. AMISOM is Ugandans, Burundi, Ethiopia, Kenya. All these countries send their army, and then they form one army called AMISOM. And then they went to Somalia and brought peace to Somalia. That shows an example that Africans, we can do stuff for ourselves, because they came, like Americans came and want to bring peace to Somalia, you know, and they can't. Since that Black Hawk down, they left, you know. And then Somalia was Somalia was a war-torn country for years, you know, because they go to some other countries, they didn't win any wars, and they left, you know. It starts from what is it called, Vietnam. Like America has never been winning wars. Even Gaddafi, like they used Obama and then toppled Gaddafi. Like Gaddafi, since when they removed Gaddafi, they crippled Africa, you know. Still now that country has never seen peace, you know. There is wars in Libya. Still Libya is still not stable, you know. But you know what they want? They want American democracy. That's what they've been fighting for. And then which country again? They've been to Afghanistan, Iraq, and everywhere. But kudos to AMISOM in Africa. Like kudos to AMISOM in Africa. We brought peace to Somalia. You know, somebody should tell Trump that, like, it's us, we the Africans, that are trying to fix that Horn of African country, you know, as they call it, you know. So it's always like that. As I've said it in some of my videos, I said the hand that feeds you controls you, you know. It's because they give us help and aid, and they think that they can just, you know, say everything to Africans, you know, and Africans are cool with it because we are the ones feeding them. We are the ones giving them aid. I don't know when are we going to stand up and then start fixing our own problems, you know. So we need to wake up. That's what Sizzler said. He said wake up. Sizzler Kolonji, he says wake up, man. We have to wake up, you know. Africa, we have to wake up. We have to do stuff for, you know, ourselves. Let's start depending on ourselves. We have large arable of land, you know, like we have land, we have natural resources, we have everything that you can imagine of, you know, but we have to start doing things for ourselves, you know, and, you know, yeah, stand on our own. That's what I see it, you know. Yeah, but as I saw it, I read that article, I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah. So but yeah, but because maybe it's coming out to attack it because of the it's coming to attack Somalia because of the what is that girl? There's a girl in the Congress, I think so. It's a Somalian girl, and she's like giving Trump tough time, and maybe that's why he came out and then say stuff about Somalia. You know, they always attack that young girl. I don't know what's her name though. I'll do my research, and then they always telling her to go back to where she came from, a war-torn country and all that. You know, yeah. So I think she's giving a tough time to Trump. You know, it's like but that's it. Let's stand up for our own. Let's, you know, during this coronavirus, you know, let's support African businesses. I'll go to Nigerian shops, and that's what I've been shopping all this sometimes, you know, not always, but like sometimes, you know, to support them, you know. Let's support our own. Yeah.